What's up YouTube, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of this size collaboration with Nike on the Air Max 1 in the Considered or Velvet Brown colorway. Today's video is brought to you by Move Insoles. Move Insoles is one of the up-and-coming leaders in the performance insole space, and their products are tested and designed by pro athletes like Chris Paul and Damian Lillard of the NBA. And while they're more known for their performance insoles that you'd wear, for example, on the basketball court, they also sell this insole right here, which is called their all-day insole, and this is meant to be worn with everyday casual use sneakers. So this, in my opinion, is one of the most technologically advanced insoles that I've ever tried. First and foremost, the majority of this insole, this is crafted using the recharge foam technology, which is what gives this insole its really soft, bouncy, and responsive feel. And this black plate that you see on the back half, this is basically a TPU shank plate that really cradles your foot. And if there's one thing, if people ask me what's my favorite aspect about this insole, it's that I feel very supported, especially underneath the arches of my foot. And beyond that, there's other things. For example, we have this active heel technology, which gives you that added level of impact protection in the areas that you need it most. So if you guys are curious to try a pair for yourself, I've linked their website, their social media, all that good stuff down below. So check them out, try a pair for yourself, leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think, and be sure to tell them that I sent you. So this right here is the latest collaboration between UK retailer Size with Nike. These Air Max 1s released in the end of September, and they were sold at Size locations as well as raffled off on the Size Launches app. So they retailed for a price of 155 Great British Pounds, which is roughly 190 US dollars or 260 Canadian dollars converted. The official colorway for this shoe is light iron ore, velvet brown and black, and one of the nicknames that this shoe has is called Considered because according to the official Size description, the colorway of the shoe with these earthy tones, this was inspired by the Nike Considered line, which was a line that originally released back in the early to mid 2000s, which focused on eliminating waste, toxic materials, and increasing sustainability. And this Nike Considered line, this is where the birth of Nike Flyknit came from, and this whole ethos or mentality is now ingrained in all of Nike's practices. And before I forget, for all my Canadian viewers out there, so Size Canada, they are slated to get pairs of these, but the date as of right now has not been confirmed, but it's going to be sometime later on this year. So stay tuned to the Size Canada channels for your chance to buy these if you are in Canada. So diving into the details of this shoe, as we start things off with the toe box, this is covered in this long-haired, shaggy brown colored suede. Right above this on the U-throw area of this shoe, we have this gray colored leather, and then surrounding the front toe cap, we have this textile overlay which feels and looks like corduroy, and we have the white colored mini swoosh which is embroidered on the lateral side. On the mid panel, we have more of that gray colored leather, and then the top two eyelets at the very top, this is crafted using a dark brown colored TPU. And then stitched on top of the leather, we have a dark brown suede swoosh. On the heel of the sneaker, we have more of that gray colored leather, and debossed on the middle of the heel, we have Nike and Air Max branding. And then surrounding the very top of the heel, we have more of that shaggy brown colored suede. As far as the laces go, so these come with two different lace options. The standard default lace is a flat style lace in gray, but they also come with this mixed style lace, which is a blend of brown and white, and these laces have a bit more of a natural feeling look to them. The tongue is actually constructed out of a gray colored hemp, which gives the sneaker a bit more of a raw and natural feel. And then on the very top of the tongue, we have this tag with Nike Air Max branding in black and gray. The interior of the shoe is covered in this synthetic gray colored leather, which gives the shoe a little bit more of a premium feel. And then as far as the insoles go, so nothing special here, this is your typical foam line insole, and we have Nike Air branding pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the Air Max 1 sits atop this full-length polyurethane foam midsole, and this entire midsole is painted in this light gray finish. And then as usual, underneath the heel, we have this cutaway, revealing this window exposing the air unit that's found within the midsole for cushioning. Last but not least, looking at the outsole, so nothing special here, this is your typical Air Max 1 outsole, and it's entirely constructed out of a black colored rubber. We have that waffle style traction pattern on the forefoot, and Nike Air branding visible on the middle of the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these Air Max 1s, and in terms of sizing, to me these fit like any other recent Air Max 1, so I feel like for most people, true to size should be okay. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, so I got these in a size 10. They fit me fine from a width perspective, and from a length perspective, there's just about an index finger's width between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe. So whatever size you normally wear for the Air Max 1, I'd stick with that exact same size. And if you've never worn an Air Max 1 before, unless your foot is really wide, that's when I'd recommend going up a half size. But for everyone else, sticking with your actual measured foot size, you should be perfectly fine. Moving on to the comfort, so the Air Max 1 unfortunately is not the most comfortable sneaker out there. It features pretty outdated technology from the mid to late 80s, so as far as the on-foot feeling, it's a little bit more on the firmer side. You'll feel a little bit of that cushioning underfoot, but for the most part, it gives you more of a firm feel, and even though we have that air unit on the heel, honestly it's probably just more for show. You really can't feel it under your foot. But for an everyday casual use sneaker that's going to be okay for comfort, I think these are perfectly fine. Last but not least, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so this is kind of split. So in terms of the material quality, I thought this was really solid. I love the suedes, the corduroy or the textile layers, and the leather I thought was pretty decent as well. So materials I had absolutely no problems with. My biggest issue though was the quality control. So this is something I've been getting increasingly frustrated with when it comes to Nike. This shoe isn't even cheap. For a price point of 260 Canadian dollars converted from its Great British Pound retail price, it's pretty expensive for what it is. And the biggest issue I had with this shoe was the fact that my left foot and the right foot, it didn't line up, and the left foot specifically was crooked. So I don't know if you can see this clearly on camera. I'm gonna try, but here's the right foot. So you can see the urethra area, which is this gray leather right here. It looks pretty lined up with the overall shape of the toe box. But when I compare this to the left foot, give me 1 second here, let's switch it to the left foot. I don't know if it picks up well on camera, but it was noticeably crooked. So it's almost like this toe box points a bit more to the right and it doesn't line up with the angle of the urethra. So I don't know if I'm just nitpicking at this point, but this is something that was pretty obvious when I look down at the shoe and even when I'm wearing them on foot. I'm gonna do a quick side by side. Maybe it picks up better when I show you both shoes together, but you can see how this left foot right here, this one right here, it's just off-centered. So this might be just a case of me being overly picky and maybe I'm just nitpicking, but it's just one of those things where once I saw it, it was just bugging me to no end. And again, it's not cheap, so it's pretty disappointing that Nike gives us subpar quality for their products. So for anyone else that was able to pick these up, hopefully you didn't get unlucky and your pair was symmetrical at least. Is that too much to ask? I don't know. I'm the guy that's still buying Nike products, so I really shouldn't be talking, I guess. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet. I'll lace them up for you and I'll show you guys how these look. The hype surrounding the shoe is pretty high. This being a size exclusive release, I don't think any other retailers got this shoe. So as far as an Air Max 1 goes, it's commanding a decently high price on the secondary market. In my honest opinion though, I was a bit shocked when I got these in hand. I don't know what it was, maybe the pictures online didn't do a good job of reflecting what they actually look like, but I was kind of surprised to see how gray this mid panel, the leather here, and the midsole was. For some reason I was expecting more of a cream or more of a warm tone to it, but in real life the shoe has more of a flatter and colder vibe to it than what I expected. So if you were able to get these for retail, then I would say that this is a pretty decent addition, but I don't know if I'd recommend people buy these on the secondary market, but that's just my opinion. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about the size of Nike Air Max 1? What are your thoughts on the colorway? And for anyone watching, did you also pick up a pair of these? Did you take an L and pay resale for these? Or did you just pass on them all together? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at sgo8. Follow my Twitter or X account at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So again, for all my Canadian viewers out there, stay tuned to Size Canada's social channels. These will eventually be making their way north of the border. And thank you everyone for watching, and I'll catch you guys all in my next review.